On April 5th, 1963, Sonia McCaskey, a 24-year-old British Olympic skier living in Reno, Nevada, was brutally murdered in her Ury Avenue apartment. She had been sexually assaulted and strangled to death, and her body was mutilated and decapitated. 17-year-old high school student Thomas Lee Bean, who had no prior connection to Sonia, was arrested for the crime. Sonia was originally from the United Kingdom and had moved to the United States and settled in Reno. She had a 10-month-old son whom she had dropped off at her babysitter's house the night she was murdered so she could have a get-together with some friends. She was due to pick up her son from the babysitter the following morning, but never showed. When the babysitter couldn't get through to Sonia on the phone, she asked the police to go check on her. When police arrived at Sonia's apartment, they were met with a terrible odor. Upon opening the door, they discovered her heart, which had been removed from her body, lying in the entryway. In the living room, one of Sonia's feet was wrapped in a blanket and was lying on the floor. Her naked body had been placed inside a cedar chest. She had been stabbed multiple times with 3 different knives which were still embedded in her torso. Her head had been severed and was found beneath her body. The crime scene was chaotic, with bloodstained rags and blankets thrown all over the apartment. The blood-covered mattress suggested she had been murdered on her bed, and it was later determined that she had also been strangled with a garrote. After the crime scene was processed and fingerprints were collected, the prints were analyzed and compared against existing records. Despite Thomas Bean being a minor and not previously known to law enforcement for any major crimes, his fingerprints happened to be on file due to a minor and unrelated incident. This match allowed police to quickly identify and locate him. He was arrested and during interrogation confessed to the murder and provided details about the attack. He had broken into Sonia's home to rob her, but once she confronted him, he panicked and attacked her. The only item he had taken from her home was a camera lens, which he managed to sell to a pawn shop after the murder. Thomas originally pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity, but later changed his plea to guilty. Despite his age, Thomas was sentenced to death. However, his sentence was later commuted to life in prison after the U.S. Supreme Court's decision in Furman v. Georgia in 1972, which led to a temporary halt of the death penalty across the country. Let me know your thoughts on this case in the comments below.